Strategic organic content is the backbone of any successful digital marketing strategy, including written, audio, or video formats. And as an online business owner, your organic content is an opportunity to really showcase your expertise. It allows you to build trust and really create a genuine connection with your audience and attract your ideal clients. But here's the catch. Not just any content will get you those results. Hello and welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. I'm your host, Jennie Lyon, and today I'm excited to dig into ways that you can leverage your organic content to attract and convert your ideal clients. Let's get into it. So, as I said, there is a catch. It's not just any content that's going to get you those results. You can't just create content based on whatever inspiration hits or generic social media prompts. You have to really dig into that. You can't expect your content to convert into sales unless you do. So today we're really going to talk about how you can become more strategic with your organic content and really utilize this strategy to attract and convert your ideal clients. So first things first, what is an ICA and why do you need one? I feel like this is something I talk about a lot, and there's reason for that. It's not because I'm a broken record, but it's because it's something that I see over and over again and have for over 20 years in my agency, where people don't know who their ideal client avatar is. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it today because just a couple weeks ago, I went very in-depth into it, and you can always listen to that podcast or watch that video or read that blog at jennielyon.com/202. But I'll just start by simply saying, if you don't know who your ideal client avatar is, then definitely check out that content and then come back to this piece of content. And again, if you're wondering why I keep harping on this ICA thing, it's because I see it over and over again. I really do. And I can't stress that enough. I can't tell you how powerful messaging and targeting is when it comes to creating a really successful online business. And not having an ICA, it usually ends up in two ways. Number one, you are going to attract people who are not your type of clients, that are not going to be the type of clients that your offer can help the most, meaning that they'll claim your offer doesn't work for them when really they just weren't a really good fit to begin with. Or number two, you end up being so broad that none of your audience feels like you're speaking to them. And they scroll right past you and they find a similar business that understands them better. And let's be honest, when you have a really clear ICA and when you utilize organic content that is really tailored to that ICA, you will attract more qualified leads than are actually a good fit for your business. And you're more likely to enjoy working with those customers because they resonate with the archetype that you've been marketing towards. So really, it's a win-win for both sides. So if you're finally convinced that it's really time to elevate your ICA for your business, but you're not quite sure where to start, well, I have that ICA worksheet for you. You can grab it at jennielyon.com/ICA. It really takes you through the more important questions that you need to ask, and it really helps you with the worksheet to clarify who your ideal client avatar is. So grab it, because having a really in-depth ICA, it's going to really be the precursor to the rest of this information, because you really do need to know who you're speaking to before you can really determine how you're going to speak to them. So the power of content within your marketing strategy really comes down to communication, right? All of the content that you're going to be creating within your business is communication of how your business understands and can accommodate the needs of your ideal client avatar. So I know we've been talking about ICAs quite a bit over the past several weeks, but again, knowing your ICA means understanding their pain points, their desires, their objections, and what motivates them. And it's really about recognizing where they spend their time online and what type of content they consume and what language, what messaging they're going to respond to. So in fact, I've seen in situations in which content has been so effective that businesses didn't even have to spend tons of money on ads or lead generation because they had that ICA dialed in so clearly. So if you've been looking for a way to really make your marketing even more effective overall, then this is the episode for you. All right. So when I say align your content with your ideal client avatar, right? What does that mean? Well, what I'm really saying is that you just need to be really strategic based on your audience's preferences and what's relevant to them. That's it. It's very, very simple. And then you need to determine what type of content format they prefer. So maybe your ideal clients are really avid readers. A blog would be perfect for them. Maybe they prefer really short, snappy social media posts, right? If that's the case, maybe it's TikTok, maybe it's Instagram Reels. Maybe they're more inclined to watch video content or listen to a podcast. But by knowing where they spend their time and what formats they engage with the most, then you can really focus your efforts on where they're most likely to see and interact with your content. So then you want to focus on relevant topics. So what questions are your ideal clients asking? What problems are they facing that you can solve? Your content really needs to be centered around those pain points because remember, content that doesn't solve a problem or address a need is really just noise. Next up is you need to match the tone and the style. So if you think about your ICA and how they prefer to communicate, if your ideal client is, say, a busy executive, then they probably will really prefer concise, to the point information. If they're more of a creative entrepreneur, then they might respond better to a more conversational or even inspiring tone. The key here is really to mirror their language, making them feel understood and connected. So, for example, if your ICA is a small business owner who's struggling with digital marketing, instead of creating generic content, for example, a generic post, why marketing is important, right? You really have to dial into that much, much more. You need to maybe create content under 5 digital marketing strategies every small business owner should implement today. The second one is more tailored. It's more specific. And again, it speaks directly to that ICA. So what's in it for them? Well, when you're creating content, if you really go with the mindset that you are serving that ideal customer and not trying to convince them that they should buy from you, before I write any type of content, that's something that I always sit down and ask myself, what is in it for them? What is in it for my ideal customer? This mindset really shows through in your content, and it will definitely help you from sounding salesy or pushy. Next up is to create content funnels that guide your ideal clients. This I love. So now that you've started to attract that ideal client, right? Now what? Well, an organic content funnel is really a strategic way to guide that ICA through the customer journey from that very first impression all the way through to purchase. So utilizing a content funnel really helps you to meet your ICA where they are now and push them through that customer journey, keeping in mind their pain points and their desires every single step of the way. So formulating a strategic customer journey and having those marketing funnels in place are much more complex than I can get into today. But in short, there are really 3 basic stages within that customer journey that really piece your funnels together. So those different stages are the awareness stage, the consideration stage, and the decision stage. So when someone's in the awareness stage, our goal here is to capture their attention. We really want to make them feel seen and understood within your content. So you really do this by speaking about their reality. What are they tired of experiencing? What do they wish could be their reality? What do they think their problem is? What is keeping them from their goals? Then you move them into the consideration stage. Here you really provide more in-depth content that helps them to evaluate the offering, right? So we're really considering creating webinars. We're showcasing case studies, or we're giving them ebooks that address their specific needs. Then once they're into that decision phase, at this phase, you're really providing content that makes them take that final step to becoming a customer. So this could be a free consultation, a discovery call, a product demo, or some sort of special offer. But by creating a funnel that really naturally guides your ideal client avatar through those 3 different stages, you're strategically nurturing them every single step of the way. So rather than just crossing your fingers and hoping that the content resonates, you have a strategic plan that you're moving them through. Next up is to measure success and always make adjustments. So creating and leveraging organic content is great, but if you aren't measuring its effectiveness, then you're definitely just flying blind. You need to make sure that you're carving out time every single month to look at the metrics and use those insights to refine your organic content strategy. So to my clients, I do recommend doing it every month, at least every 30 days. You can definitely get more granular, but, I really believe that you run into not giving the content enough time to work if you do that, So I've had clients before where they're checking every single day. You don't necessarily have to do that, but I do recommend doing it every 30 days. And it is so important that if a certain type of content isn't resonating, pivot immediately. Don't wait to see, if it isn't working in 30 days, pivot. Content marketing, with all marketing, it isn't a one size fits all approach. It's not set in stone. It's about testing. It's about learning and optimizing to ensure that you're attracting the clients who are going to be the best fit for your business. And the great thing about organic content is that you're not paying to sponsor it or run ads. So you definitely have more flexibility to make those tweaks than you would with maybe paid content. So here's your next action steps. So in a nutshell, this is how you're going to start leveraging your organic content to both attract and convert your ideal clients. So I know I've given you a lot of strategy and a lot of information today. So I wanted to finish up with a breakdown of the next action steps. That way you can put these action steps into place today to leverage organic content that's going to resonate with your ideal client avatars. So number 1, develop your ICA. Get as detailed as you can. If you want to know how in-depth you should go, then download our free ICA worksheet. It will make the process so simple for you, and the worksheet really helps you to kind of dial that all in. And you can do so at jennylyon.com/ICA. Number 2 is to formulate your organic content strategy based on what your ICAs prefer, right? What they prefer the most. And then number 3 is to create a customer journey. You need to create a customer journey that your ICA feels helps them navigate through those 3 stages all the way through to decision making. And I know you're a business owner. You have a lot going on. I know that. And right now, action steps, that might be a priority may not be something that you have a lot of time to complete. Or it might be something where you feel like, I kind of understand the concept, but I'm not quite sure how to put that in place. That doesn't feel like my area of expertise. If that's the case, that's fine, no problem. You can do a couple things. You could schedule a free call with me where I can talk to you about your business goals, and we can work together to put a plan together that's going to help you achieve those goals. and you can do so at jennylyon.com/chat with Jennie. Or you can schedule a marketing office hours call. That's either with myself or one of my strategists, and they will walk you through the entire process, right? So I like to pick strategists based on what you fill out in the form. So that way we can make sure that we are asking, really direct questions of you. You can ask us questions. We have someone that is dialed in to what you need help with and really be able to answer questions on any of the topics that you have and implement that knowledge for yourself or with your own marketing team, whichever you have. And you can always schedule those calls at jennylyon.com/office hours. Whatever you choose, we're here to help. I do hope either way you do take the time to download the ICA worksheet, work through it. If you do have any questions, please reach out. I'm happy to answer any of them, but dial in on your ICA and then start to work on your content strategy. That way you can leverage organic content to attract and convert your ideal clients online. All right, well, that's what I have for you this week. I hope you found it helpful. I'll see you next time on another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. See you soon.